Hey, everybody. If it's late April, it must be Tiki Caliente. You know, it's time to pack up the sunscreen, the tropical prints, terry cloths, these guys. Grab a pool chair and head to Palm Springs for Tiki Caliente 17 at the beautiful Caliente Tropics Resort. My name is Jim, a.k.a. you can call me Rum Bum Jimmy. And my partner in crime here at the Tiki Freaks up top, Cheeseman.
What's up, everybody? It's Cheeseman in Paradise here from the Shark Shack. Also representing my Browns Tiki. Although this is not true Tiki, I'm just going to say straight up, I got my Browns Tiki stuff on because as we were filming, the NFL draft is on. So supporting my Cleveland Browns as we begin this.
Yeah, you got the big TV on there in front of you, I'm pretty
also,
sure.
Look what I'm supporting with my nice little glass here.
Oh.
Mr. Riddle's glass from his album last year.
Oh, Riddle.
All right.
Excellent.
And Riddle, I got to tell you, you disappeared from us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He blacked out a moment there, you know. He did
it just blew me away. The glass blew me away so much. I flipped out.
And I've got my reef cup right now because we are going to be at the reef all weekend right down there with Shaun. And let's introduce our guests. First of all, Mr. Shaun Moffett, who you and Tiffany, I kind of call the goodwill ambassadors of Tiki in Southern California. You guys, I'll be honest with you, you guys were some of the first people that me and Cheeseman met in the Tiki community and just really made us feel at home. So, Shaun, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm mainly known as Tiffany's husband. Everybody knows Tiffany, but yeah, I'm her sidekick, and we go to these events and try to meet as many people as we can and have a good time. That's what it's all about.
That's awesome. And of course, Mr. Marty Lush himself, Mark Riddle. Mark, why don't you introduce yourself? By the way, I think everybody knows you guys, but for those two people who don't.
Well, yeah, Mark Riddle's my real name. Marty Lush is my stage name. Martin is actually my middle name. So
I know that.
I am partly Marty and then also Digitiki online with the podcast and everything. So yeah, I have multiple personality disorder, I guess.
And just for those of you who may not know the Tiki Freaks, we're a fun-loving celebration of all things exotica and Polynesian pop, focused on Polynesian culture and the American Tiki subculture that has evolved from it. And although we will always be anchors to Don, Vic, Sven, and the original spirit of the South Seas, we are also a big fat umbrella for the escapist pop culture that has sprung up in the current Tiki Renaissance. In other words, we may not always be original Tiki, but we'll always be true Tiki to our core. Guys, I am so glad to have you with us today. We are talking about Tiki Caliente 17 coming up. Once we post this podcast, we got less than a week. It's coming up. We are recording here on Thursday night, and it starts. It depends on if you're going to the free party or not. So,
actually, Wednesday's the thing now.
Yeah, Wednesday's the thing. It's becoming one of those conventions where it keeps creeping closer and closer. So what we're going to do, we're first of all going to kind of go through the schedule, talk about what's going on, but then Shaun, you've got some cool parties that you and Tiffany are kind of heading up. And Mark, we are so pleasure. It's such a pleasure to have you with us today because we're going to sample a couple bits of something cool that you are premiering at Tiki Caliente. Can you tell us about that?
Well, it's I don't really call it the follow-up to my first album, which was Lahaina Sunset, because it's very different. Lahaina Sunset was really dreamy, and this one it's got a lot more rhythmic stuff, a lot jazzier, still very exotica, but and a darker tone. Obviously, the name Dark Ritual is it's a little it's a little edgier.
That's cool.
So it's different.
And you're going to be selling, I think, from what I understand, albums, right? The vinyls.
The LPs, yeah. I didn't do the flash drives like I did with my other projects. I just did the LP. I didn't have extra videos and extra songs to put on it. I did 12 tracks on the record. I chocked it full. I literally went up to within a few seconds of the limit for each side of the LP. So I kind of overdid it, but yeah.
So,
But
people,
it'll also be available on Bandcamp too the same
Okay.
day.
and I got to tell you, don't even worry about the thumb drive. I mean, most of us were going to get the album, and once we have it downloaded, we're going to be listening to it digitally, so that thumb drive would just get lost. So don't waste your money.
Hey, I got your thumb drive up there somewhere.
The thumb
still.
drive was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a cool thumb drive, that wooden receptacle that you had. That was really cool.
Yeah. Well, most people don't have CD players anymore, and what gave me the idea was my wife's car has a USB thing in it, so you
Mhm.
just plug it into her car and it would play. And I thought, oh, that's too cool.
All right. Well, we're going to talk to you in just a second because you're pretty involved with the weekend next weekend as well, with music and some recording sessions that are going to be happening. So I want to hear more about that. But Shaun, let's go ahead and talk about how folks can kick off the weekend next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wait, first of all, for those of you who don't know, I got to, Shaun.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit. No, Shaun's a firefighter. Shaun's like a real life superhero, right?
I'm always representing the shaka, the hang loose, always. Every picture I take, I'm usually doing that. So I think it's probably some insecurity thing, but I do that. So yeah, I was just playing around after a fire. So.
All right. Well, for those of you who are coming to Tiki Caliente, it's officially Thursday through Sunday, April, I think 30th through May the 3rd. But if you get there a little bit earlier, there's a really cool treat. Shaun, why don't you tell us about that?
So yeah, I've been coming to these things for several years now, me and Tiffany, and it seems to be that Wednesday is becoming a thing now. People are getting to the event earlier for whatever reason, whether to prep, whether to party early. So that's Wednesday's becoming a thing. So we're having a little soiree. Rory is throwing a soiree. He asked Tiffany and I to help host it. I believe it's titled I'm too sexy for this party. Kind of a paying homage to a little bit to our last room party.
The most notorious. You guys are going to be known for that room party for quite some time.
Yes. Porn in the Morn. And the man, Mr. Marty, was the one that gave us the idea, so we went with it. So he should get most of the credit. But anyway, Wednesday we're having a party at the Reef, 8:00, and it's kind of a kickoff party. And it's just going to be a bunch of cool people getting there early, trying to get their rooms all dialed in and prepping for the weekend. Because if you've been there before, the weekends, you gotta pace yourself. You gotta recharge your batteries. You gotta get ready for it. So Wednesday night, actually, Tiff and I had this discussion a while ago. Wednesday nights sometimes are off the chart fun. Last year we showed up on Wednesday night and it was amazing because it's a smaller group. You get to vibe a little bit more. You get to visit a little bit more. And, Rory is just such a great host. So, so that's going to be Wednesday night at 8:00 at the Reef.
Cool. And you've got a couple of other things. Why don't we go ahead and just
a
couple of things that you are hosting, and then let's take a little sample of Mark's latest album, and then we're going to kind of zoom through the schedule to see what you guys think about it. All right, you got this other cool thing coming up. Can you tell us about this?
So this is the Primo pop-up under the A-frame, and that was Steve and I kind of had this idea last year. There's so many people with Primo shirts, Primo attire. So hey, let's have a little get together and meet and take a picture and walk around the pool and show off our Primo gear. And for those of you that don't know, Primo was a beer company that's gone out of business, but they produced a lot of shirts and Primo shirts. They're super cool.
They were out of Hawaii, right? A Hawaiian beer company.
A Hawaiian beer company. Yeah. They actually, the name is still a beer company. Did purchase the name, but they don't produce the beer anymore. So I have a ton of Primo shirts. We had this idea to do it last year at Circa, so we threw out an impromptu invite. And the first year, which was last year at Circa, we had like over 40 people, which was pretty we were pretty impressed with that. So of course we're gonna roll into Tiki Caliente. Tiffany's been promoting it on social media. That's gonna be 1:30 on Friday under the A-frame, and you can have a Primo shirt, Primo shorts. It doesn't matter, Primo. We really don't care if you have anything, Primo. If you want to come and just hang out and watch and have a beer, we're up for that too. So that's going to be at 1:30 on Friday. And then the last thing for us is going to be our room party.
Unofficial, right?
No, unofficial. We're always unofficial.
Wait, look at this great social media.
I mean, Tiffany's been promoting it on social media. She's awesome with that stuff.
That's classic.
And I love how she likes to poke fun at herself. So it's awesome. So we're having a room party and they're usually in the morning. It's going to be at 10 a.m. room 110. The official name is Wake Me Up Before You Go Wham Pajama 80s Dance Party. So yeah, it's long, but it's an 80s party. So if we encourage costumes, we encourage you to, dress up for the event. If you don't have anything 80s, that's okay. We still want you to come. But that's going to be at 10 o'clock until whenever. And
did you say pajama too?
Pajama. Yeah, it's either 80s pajamas. Wham.
I gotcha.
So yeah, it's in the title, right? It's in the title. So we're gonna have a DJ there, Jason Mark, who's awesome DJ, local Palm Springs guy. He's always there, super cool guy. I love that guy. We're gonna have a little retro arcade games there.
Oh wow!
Atari and Nintendo table out there. Of course, we're gonna have some booze out there. Now, Tiff and I are not. You're gonna go to room parties and you're gonna find amazing mixed drinks that the hosts are slinging and making. We do not do that. We are so, our palates are so immature when it comes to mixed drinks. So typically what we have is a table there full of booze and you can help yourself.
Yeah.
And
OJ and rum.
Yeah, right. So
keep it basic.
Right. And so, at 10 a.m., I know it's early on a Saturday. We typically get a good crowd. And we just want as many people to come as possible. And we don't care if we know you. We'll meet you and get to know you. And that's kind of the whole thing about this event, Tiki Caliente. So please show up if you're up and available, and come and have a cocktail with Tiff and I and everybody else. So, and on the official thing, Jim, we've never been official. Rory's awesome. He's never really pushed us to be official. He just, hey, if you're comfortable with being unofficial, that's cool. We're unofficial because we don't want to be a part of like the judging and having to have some expectation of what the room party is. So, and our room party is a little bit different than the typical room parties there. We open up the room and there's no lines. You show up and you start having fun and drinking. So,
I must say, you guys last year, it was 2 years ago. When was it that you were dressed up like all in gold? That was 2 years.
That was the gold party. Yeah, that was the year before last. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, you guys, you just really overdid yourselves last year. Porn in the morn. I mean,
you have to learn to not take yourself so seriously, and that's what's
great.
And that's what's awesome about the events in Palm Springs, specifically Rory's events. Everybody's chill. It's a vibe atmosphere. It's like summer camp, like Tiffany says. You see your friends you haven't seen in a year or 6 months. Nobody takes themselves seriously. We can poke fun at each other and ourselves, and it's just all in good fun. So that's why we keep on coming back, and that's why Rory's such an amazing host, because he really encourages that and promotes that. So kudos to Rory. But I don't have to tell Rory kudos because he knows he's good anyway. Just ask him. So.
He'll tell you. Yeah, and for those of you who have never been to Tiki Caliente, I mean, it's such a great time, and everybody's so friendly, and you got to meet Tiffany and Shaun. And like I say, they're the goodwill ambassadors of Southern California Tiki. They brought me in. They love the Tiki Freaks for some reason. I don't know why, but you guys are the best. But your Pour in the Morning party was just like man, that was just like icing on the cake. It was just such a great party. It was so fun. I loved how, and for those of you who are thinking, oh, they had porn in the morning. The name Porn in the Morning is the dirtiest part of what that party was. It was just it was so fun. I mean, there were a couple of blow up dolls on the bed, and Shaun was the cameraman, but you know what? We're not judging.
No, yeah, that was a fun time, and that's what
it was. And if you wanted to take a look at it, Tiki Freaks, we did a video about, we were there last year, so go check it out. Get some footage of all the fun we were having. So that was a lot of fun. All right, before we jump into and Shaun, we'd love to keep you on. We got a little bit more stuff. I mean, you're welcome to jump anytime. We are going to listen and do a little sneak peek at Marty Lush. Mark, we call you Marty Lush. We call you Mark Riddle. What do we call you?
I answer to anything and everything. Like I said, Martin's my middle name, so I'm good either way.
Now, before we give a little sample here, you are premiering this album this weekend at Tiki Caliente, but you're performing a lot, right?
Well, I'm doing a seminar on Exotica.
Right, and that which day is that?
That's going to be Saturday morning, like 10:30, I think.
Is it sold out yet? Do you know?
It is sold out.
Oh, well then, sucks to be you guys.
You have to crash it if you can't. I asked Rory, I said, "You want me to do a second?" And he's like, "Oh, hell no."
Okay.
Those seminars go up quick. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Symposiums.
No, and then I'm playing with Rory. We have a little group called the Blown Out Flip Flops, which we're doing basically Jimmy Buffett tunes for Thursday night.
I think that's Thursday at 5. I think that's when that is.
Yeah.
We're doing a Jimmy Buffett set. Cheeseman, do you hear that?
I heard. Yep.
We might get up there earlier.
Yeah, and then I run sound for the whole event too, so I'm always by the stage.
You did a really cool, like towards the end of the event last year. What was the group you were doing with the really high energy group where you had the big sleeves? And
that was my Mambo Combo.
Oh, that was great. That was great.
That was fun. I want to do that one again. That was a blast.
Well, Mark, let's give everybody a little bitty preview, a little bitty sample of what they might be able to expect. So what we're going to do, and I don't know if you want to, let me see, which song are we going to, I loaded it. It's called, all right, Dark Rituals is actually the song, but the what we're going to sample right here. So do you have any kind of introduction you want to give us?
No, just the fact that the whole album was just different.
All right.
From Lahaina Sunset.
All right. So here we go. We'll get a couple minutes of, and let me go. Dark Rituals. All right.
That's one of the darker tunes on there. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean,
I loved it because like we're probably gonna do a halfway to Halloween kind of like tiki party in the Shark Shack. So we have the perfect music that kind of fits the tiki and has a little bit of that fun monstery kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah. Save me a copy.
Mark, how just real quick, so folks who may not be familiar with it, this is your second album?
My second solo record. I've done a
Okay.
bunch with other people.
Yeah. And you're also you're running the music for the weekend up at Caliente. But what can you tell us? You're doing something special. You and Rory are doing something. You're doing some interview sessions. What is that?
Well, we had this idea to interview some of the people that basically started the whole Tiki revival, back in the 90s and early 2000s, because there's a whole new group of people now getting involved with Tiki that don't know that much about them or haven't encountered that much. And we thought, we need to document this stuff with these guys. However, having said that, Rory and I were just on the phone about an hour ago, and we've run into some technical problems. So we are still doing it, but we're probably not going to be doing it at Caliente. So we're in a temp hold right now, but we're still going to do the series.
That's cool. I think that's fantastic. I think it's a great thing to kind of like have a historical record of where we are right now. Because I know that like you said, it kind of like got jump started again in late 90s, early 2000s. Sven was a big part of that with the Book of Tiki and pushing it out. And then we kind of had a rash of Tiki bars through the mid 2000s. And I know like Trader Vic's took off too, but Trader Vic started kind of closing up shop a little. So it comes and goes, but it seems like we're in a good spot. Hey, Shaun, let me ask you, when did you jump on into the Tiki phenomena?
Well, I was into Tiki from when I was a kid, just by default, because I had family in Hawaii.
That's
cool.
I
used to collect the Coco Joes when I was at the airport, had the little Aloha Airlines airplanes. So I've been in it for a while, and then, life happens and you have kids, and you can't really do Tiki with kids. That's not really conducive. I mean, people do, but if you want to do it right, I think probably you can leave the kids home. So our kids are adults now, and I've always been into it though. And Tiffany, it actually took a little bit of convincing and coaxing.
Oh, so you were first?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
It's cool that you culturally you grew up in it.
I mean, it was the Tiki mug craze. I was ordering Tiki mugs off eBay and not telling her, and having them delivered.
I did that
station,
too.
And then where'd that Tiki mug come from? And then it's like, well, where are you going to display them? She gave me a little corner in the house to display the mugs, and now our whole house is just exploded with Tiki, and that's because she really loves it, and she took the reins on it, and she's more on social media than I am, and she's super social at these events. So it's kind of just taken off for us, and it's really just when we went to our first event, we like the people. The people is what makes the events, right? So we really like the people, and it's just been a really good experience for us. And our kids want to get into it. They're 26 and 21, but I tell them they got to get in it on their own. I mean, my daughter wants to come with me to all these events, and I go, no. You got to do that on your own, because that it's going to be your thing. But I want you to experience it yourself and with your friends and so on and so forth. So it's I've been into it for a very long time.
What about you, Mark?
However, I'm not as knowledgeable as, for example, Rory, Sven, obviously, Marty.
Who's as knowledgeable as Rory or Sven or Adrian or some of these folks that they're just so steeped in the history that
huge.
Yeah, Jordan and
Jordan too is Jordan for sure.
And they're the godfathers, and we respect them. They're anchors that anchor us to this, because I know that Cheeseman and me, we just love it, and we definitely came in the side, and we said, let's have fun with this. We just wanted to keep it young and fun, but we know that there's so much more. So much. Like, I remember that we went down to the arts down in the place that closed.
Oceanic Arts?
Yes, Oceanic Arts. I was like, you know that place? If I can't say Oceanic Arts, I don't deserve to be on this podcast. But anyways,
No, you're good. You're good.
Like you just learn the history, of those guys when they were carving. It's just so incredible. What about you, Mark?
Well, I'm kind of like Shaun. I got started when I was 5 years old, when I found my mom's Arthur Lyman record.
Oh, wow.
And with the bird
nice.
calls.
Yeah.
And it was Bahia. So that first track starts with bird calls and it's jungly. Yep. And I played that record every day when I came home from school. And
so you came in through the music.
Wow.
All through the music, yeah.
That's
and
cool.
Then kind of like Shaun, as I got adult, it kind of faded out. And then I got a little more adult. I decided, I really want to get back into this. So I dove back in 2000.
That's awesome. When did you start doing music?
Oh, I've been doing music since grade
school.
Since he was five, I did music. I was in marching band through high school, and
you started with bird calling though, right? That was the first instrument.
I am terrible at bird calls. I am so bad.
All right, so I'm going to give folks just a super quick. This is a Zoom. We are Zoom. This isn't a Zoom call, but I'm going to zoom through some highlights of the schedule. If you guys have anything that I'd like to call out that you hear that I say that you want to talk, mention, please let me know. So Thursday, Wednesday, what time, Shaun, in the Reef for the kickoff party?
8 p.m.
The pre-party kickoff party, 8 p.m. in the Reef. That's at Tiki Caliente. It's at the Caliente Tropics Hotel. So Thursday, the official noon check-in begins at Sancho's. Then the room party starts at 1. 1 o'clock. We have 19 room parties.
It's amazing. I love it. It's amazing.
This is so cool. Rory released a video today, and apparently there's about 600 to 650 people coming. 19 room parties, so it's going to be a pretty impressive weekend. Everybody, please bring money to tip every room party you go to, because these people are putting a lot of money into these room parties. Like 1 o'clock, the Graffiti Tiki welcome party. 2 o'clock, DJ Jason Mark is on the main stage. 3 o'clock, time travel with vintage ads with Sven. He's doing a symposium at 3 o'clock. All right, Marty, you guys doing the blown out flip flop room party number 1 in room 132. At 5, at 7, it's the Come Get Yachty room party. The Waymans are sponsoring that one, and it's also sponsored by 9 North Rum.
My heart rate is just rising as you're discussing this.
I know. And then listen, the music goes late that night, 8 o'clock, Tiki Tronic on the main stage. I love them. And then 10 p.m., Jimmy Psycho is going to be performing inside the Reef. That's just Thursday. It doesn't start till noon, the entire day. And it's going to be a night. The weather right now, if you look on your 10-day weather forecast, it looks like it's going to be beautiful weather. So
it looks amazing, yeah.
So like it's so cool. You can float out in the pool while you're listening to Tiki Tronic at 8 o'clock. All right, here we go. Friday. There's too much for me to go through all of it, so I'm just going to hit some of the top ones. It starts at 10 in the morning. Marty Lush Symposium at Exotica 101. Marty, what is your symposium?
Is it Friday or Saturday? I thought it was Saturday. Am I Friday?
Friday at 10, Marty.
Oh my God. Okay.
They're sobered up.
I'm glad you know that. Okay. Right on.
Don't go too hard at the Jimmy Buffett thing.
I know. Hey, Marty, give us a quick rundown of what your symposium's about.
It's all about Exotica, how Exotica was created, how it evolved, who created it, where the spark of influence come from, and also the people that created it and the instruments they use for Exotica.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's a lot to chew on.
That's a lot. So 11 o'clock, the Poly High Marching Band Tryouts Room Party. It's in room number 104. Also at 11, all aboard the SS Beachcomber, room 232 at noon. That is the Cabana Set Crawl, A-frame meetup. Friday, is yours at Friday, Shaun? You're the Primo?
The Primo meetups at 1:30.
Yeah, Primo at 1:30, yeah.
Friday.
Yep, there's a symposium at 12:30, New England Tiki with Kevin Quigley. There is the DJ's gonna be up on the main stage at this time. Martini Kings, 3:30 on the main stage. Guys, if you haven't heard the Martini King, I got an album. Those guys are amazing.
They're awesome.
So cool. There's a room party at 4. It's called Camp Caliente. There's a Poly High yearbook party at 4 o'clock. Group photo at 5:30, and then 5:45. Mark Riddle and Exotica. Did you know that, Mark? That's happening on Friday.
That I did know.
All right, 7 o'clock. There's the Tiki Toga party in room 705. 7 o'clock, Nosferiki. 8 o'clock, Dirty Lowdowns on the main stage. I love their Dirty Lowdowns. Tiki-tronics back at 10. There's a room party at 10. There are 3 room parties at 10. Room 111, 147, and 117. The full Tiki Caliente schedule is on the Tiki Caliente website. Saturday, real quick, Gorgon Fitness with Medusa Siren stage area at 10 o'clock. That's always kind of a fun thing to see. Room party start at 11. Sponsored by 9 North Rum, room party 106, Rise and Rum, 11 o'clock, Dodge Hula Lamp, The Untold Story. It's a symposium. I was wanting to get into that one, but I think everything's sold out now. I think, Shaun, you got Tiffany's birthday party. Wasn't it down there with the lamps?
Yeah, Doug Thornburg's house, his wonderful, beautiful home.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So it's an amazing. Doug is so amazing with all these beautiful tiki lamps. You don't want to miss that one. There's the Captain Crawl is at noon. The 12 Shag is doing an art release in the Jungle Room at 2 o'clock on Saturday. I actually have
review the art.
Yeah, we can view it's this right here. So Saturday, this says 3. I might have got this wrong.
Oh, cool.
Either 2 or 3. It's called The Abysmal Bartender. I love Shag's art. It's so funny. You can feel what people are feeling in there.
Not wearing pants?
No problem. Well,
it looks like it.
What's cool is last summer, and we're hoping to have this video ready to share with Shag. We did a panel at San Diego Comic-Con with Shag, and Shag was the host of the panel. Had 1,000 people in the room. It was fantastic. It was great.
Wow.
All right, real quick, more room parties. There's what is this? Tiki Caliente presents the Mai Tai Misfits mixer with River Kai music to stimulate your tropical palate. Cocktail gathering features special guest bartenders. Do you guys know what that is? I don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
I do know.
Say that again, Jim. What was the title?
It's called the Mai Tai Misfits Mixer with River Kai music to stimulate your tropical palate, i.e. a cocktail gathering featuring special guest bartenders in Sancho's Cantina.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, River Kai is, that's Robert Miller. He's also a DJ. I think he's going to be playing some music in Sancho's, and the Mai Tai part, maybe they're, they mentioned multiple bartenders there.
Yeah, Rory's got a bunch of guest bartenders through the week.
Right.
Cool.
I think he mentioned that in one of his videos.
Yep. They're coming up from Strongwater, coming up from the ones in town, Bootlegger. Yeah, so that's cool. Oh, that's really, I don't think he did that last year. This is neat that he's doing that. 4 o'clock, there's a party at 4. Oh, this is cool. They're having a special remembrance of Tiki Diablo. A room party at 4 p.m. The host is Vados Hutiki.
Vados Hutiki, yeah.
Okay. More music on the main stage at 4. Lady Miss Wong's Space Escapades. It's a room party at 7. There's the Dirty Lowdowns on the main stage at 7. 3 Swank Bastards in the Reef Bar at 10. The return of Skull Jungle Pirates Room. 10 o'clock. The Magic Castle away at 10 o'clock. I'm exhausted. That's a lot of parties. And then really quick on Sunday, Jordan's doing an Exoticon auction preview in the cantina at 9:30. I don't know what that is. That's pretty cool. They're doing the awards at 10:30, and then Rum and Repentance church service main stage 11 o'clock. Slack Key Ohana main stage with special guest Hula Mikai at 12. Dub Toxic Reef Bar at 4, and then 5:30 the Caliente Cool Down in the cantina with DJ Hans 242 Sancho's Cantina. I think that's like the after party, and that is actually open to the public. Woo!
It's
I'm
usually open to
exhausted.
the public, right?
Amazing lineup.
Sunday's typically open to the public, so if people want to come check it out at the tail
I
end,
think
but
the middle of the afternoons are
Middle
open
of
to
the
the public inside the restaurants. Yeah.
I think also on Saturday, Tonga Hut, they're back and they're doing their big party, but I think they're doing it in conjunction with Peekaboo Gallery. So Jordan's going to be involved with that too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's going to be awesome.
And for those of you, we're speaking about Jordan. Jordan is a friend of ours. He is a big tiki enthusiast, and he's also been the organizer of these past couple of years, the Exoticon conference that's been happening in Los Angeles. So go pick his brain. He's got a collection of tiki artifacts. I would say is a museum. That guy really. He's one of the historical. Hopefully, Mark, you guys are going to get him on in a conversation.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's having a booze cave auction on May 10th, where some of his stuff in the booze cave will be up for auction.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The Booze Cave is his home tiki bar, and it's almost like a sin to call it a home tiki bar. It is just a museum bar, one of the most extravagant, enjoyable spots I've ever seen. All right, I think we've gone through it. The only thing left is, guys, before we leave, do you have any advice? I'm going to give. I wrote down some advice. This is from Rory. Rory says, bring water. If you can, bring your own chair for around the pool because the chairs go quick. Bring cash for tips for inside the bar. Also for the bat, you'll get a good deal on the batch drinks inside the bar, and also for the room parties. And I think that's the big stuff. And be prepared for the weather because the weather is going to be so nice. Rory's encouraging everybody to have lots of change of clothes. So he thinks it's going to be a good weekend. Anything from you guys before we head out?
No, I think that covers it for me. Just go there and have a good time.
Yeah. I say bring an amazing attitude and mingle with everyone.
Nice.
Yeah. And there's also 2 restaurants on property. So you have it's just breakfast, lunch. I'm not sure about dinner, and then there's the Reef restaurant, and they both have different menus. So if you're looking for more kind of like the loco kind of like meals with like the rice and the pork and all that, you can get that more at the Reef. But then the Sancho's Mexican's amazing, and the margaritas and all that.
I love it.
You want just a slight break from the rum, you can
I tell you what, the Sancho's breakfast burrito, which is
Loco Moco and the other one.
So big. I challenge you guys to try to finish one of those things. They are fantastic. And then back there, the Sancho's the bar, the Sancho's Cantina is always a fun place to hang out as well. All right, we are going to wrap up here. Mark, we're going to close it with a song from your album. The name of the song is Blood Rights. Now, okay, so we're going to go out on Blood Rights. Can you tell us about this song before we play it?
That was one I had the idea is I wanted something that sounded like, some ritual that was being performed. And I couldn't come up with the title. And I thought, well, it's the albums I'm going to call Dark Rituals. So I'm going to go full bore and say Blood Rights. The interesting thing is in the middle of this song, there is an Aztec death whistle. So it's the only song I know that has Aztec death whistle in it.
So what's that mean? If we hear it, we got 24 hours or something.
Yeah, it really is wild. It sounds like someone screaming themselves to death. And
but
it's
also
horrific sound.
The hoo ha who that's you at the beginning of the song.
It's me multi-tracked over and over. Saying hee haw.
Well, I got to say, guys, I know that this has been a lot in just a short amount of time. Shaun and Mark, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We can't wait to see you up there at Tiki Caliente, up in the desert. We're going to have one of the most fun weekends. It's a Tiki Polynesian weekend. It's Polynesia in the desert is what Rory's kind of calling it. So all the guys are up there. Sven's going to be there. You're going to see Shag. You're going to see Mark, Shaun, Rory, the whole gang. Who Rory's buddy? They always have all the John. Why can't I
Mulder.
remember anybody's name?
Mulder's gonna be there.
Mulder, Eek 'em book 'em. So, all right, guys, we are going to close out the show with another track from Marty, and you can pick this up at the convention, Marty. But if they don't go to the convention, how can they get a hold of this?
Digitiki.com, which is my website. There's the gift shop there that'll have it starting May 1st.
All right, guys. This is Blood Rights, and we will see you guys up at the convention. Bye-bye.
Aloha.
Great seeing you guys.
Here we go.
Love that glass.
Oh, wait a second. You can tell I'm really skilled at this. Here we go, and Blood Rights.